So this is, do you know how to call this in Italian?
Yes, I believe this is a famous panettone.
Ah, esatto.
Maybe
We call
maybe
it
I'm saying it with English
panettone.
accent.
Esatto, because the final E is pronounced
Yeah.
E in Italian. So it's a panettone.
Hmm.
Okay, esatto. And it's very typical traditional dessert, okay, in Italy for this period of Christmas. And also the let's say enemy of the panettone is the pandoro, that is this one. Okay, and normally Italy is divided between team panettone and team pandoro, because some people really love panettone, some people really love pandoro. And
Hmm.
yeah, also in
So,
the family, okay, they're like, oh no, why did you buy the panettone? I wanted the pandoro. Or whatever.
okay,
So normally we buy one panettone, one pandoro to make everybody happy. Okay.
okay. And so, which team are you on? I need to
What do
ask.
you think of the
I
question?
think that you are Team Pandoro.
You're right, esatto. I'm team
There was
pandoro.
something about you. I could just tell.
Ma Alba said the same. She said, Ariano, you are the face of Pandoro. I said, what? Well, actually, that's true. I really love Pandoro because actually, I don't really like this that we
Mhm.
call canditi in Italian.
Okay. Yeah, we call them candied fruit. We call it
Ah,
candied fruit.
very similar.
Yeah,
Esatto.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not crazy about it either, but what's the main distinction between the Pandoro then and the panettone? Is it just the fruit, or is there something else?
Not just the fruit. I think that normally in the Pandoro, okay, there's more butter, okay, is
Hmm.
softer,
Hmm.
okay, and it's just a little bit different.
Okay.
Yeah, esatto. I don't know
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, mainly is the uvetta. Uvetta is also the dry
Grapes. Okay, the
grapes,
grapes. Yeah.
esatto,
Okay.
esatto, and also the canditi, as I told you before,
Mhm.
but also the way it's made is different. I can't tell
Mhm.
you exactly how because I
Okay.
never made a Pandoro panettone. I always bought them. And we love to buy the panettone or Pandoro artigianale. Artigianale means like there are some pasticcerie, like bakery, that they make their own panettone Pandoro with different flavors. Um,
Mhm.
Also pistachio or nocciola, cioccolato,
Mhm.
100 different types, and it's very nice. I always prefer to buy, as I said before, like local and handmade products comparing to like things that you can buy at the supermarket. Okay,
Yeah.
even though they are very popular, it's
Mhm.
different. Okay,
Okay.
very good. What about that one?
Mm. That is a Christmas pudding. So that's like a very traditional, or the traditional dessert to have on the 25th of December after
Hmm.
your Christmas meal.
Yeah.
Um, and it's made again of dried fruits. And it's also got alcohol in it. I think it's brandy. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Okay.
Um, and it's really delicious. It's possibly a bit less common or a bit less popular these days. It is that traditional dessert, um, but it's amazing. And when you serve it, you should pour over some alcohol on the top and then light the alcohol. So you get a big flame on top, which is very dramatic, and and it also like lightly sort of browns and burns the fruit on top just a little bit, which makes it really, really delicious. And it's hot. And
Wow.
then traditionally you would have it with a cream, or you can have like a butter
Hmm.
filled with brandy alcohol as well. Yeah, I had a bit of an experience last Christmas where I prepared the Christmas pudding and then
Wow, John, I didn't expect that. You prepared it.
well, okay, yeah. When I say I prepared it, I meant that I
You
heated it
bought it.
up.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I didn't make it, but I did do the alcohol element. So I poured over some brandy, quite a lot of brandy, and then I lit it, and there were huge flames, this high, and I had to
Oh,
run through two rooms to get to the dining room table. And yeah, my all I'm going to say is my dad is not going to let me do that again ever.
Oh no.
But it
Don't
was
try this at
delicious.
home. Oh no.
But it was really good, and it's yeah, it's a very yummy dessert. It's very warming, and again, it's like got this kind of Christmassiness. It's filling. It's a little bit spiced and everything. So
Okay. Nice. Okay. So, what about that?
hmm these are mince pies. So again, these are something we might have on Christmas Day, but also just in the build up to Christmas. So throughout December, people might start serving mince pies in places, or giving you gifts of boxes of mince pies, sometimes homemade, but you can also buy like the ones in the shops. And mince in English, it means meat that's chopped up, but
Mm,
mince pies do not have any meat in them, so you don't need to worry. They just have
okay.
dried fruit.
I was
And
about to worry because, I said, what is that? A dessert or what?
yeah, it is a sweet thing.
Yeah,
So yeah,
okay.
dried fruit in a buttery pastry, with sometimes some icing sugar on top.
Mhm.
In the past, like several hundred years ago, there did used to be mince in them, so it's kept the name. So we still call them mince pies, even though they don't have any meat in them
Ah,
anymore.
interesting. Okay, do you think also is the reason why is that color like brownish
It could
color?
be, yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah, absolutely. It could be the reason that they kept that color. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
interesting. And here we have some stars. Is it normally to put some stars on it, or it's just a random
No, no. It's quite traditional to put some kind of Christmassy element on top. Yeah, so you
Mm-hmm.
might see different sorts of things, but like stars might be quite common, or some people might put like a Christmas tree design or something like that. But yeah, just so we can kind of get into the Christmas mood, there's often a kind of Christmas design.
Okay, nice,
Mhm.
very nice.
Do you have anything like that in Italy for Christmas?
Like this. I don't think so. We may have some dolci secchi, that are like
Mhm.
dry sweets,
Okay.
kind of like they are like cookies. Okay,
Mhm.
so that's something we may have for Christmas, but or also torrone is very
Mhm.
common, but not something like that actually.
Okay.
Okay. This reminds
Sorry.
me the crostatine that are
Mhm.
like little crostate.
Yeah.
Reminds me that, but it's not really. I don't. It's
Okay.
not really the same filling.
Filling. Yeah. Okay.
Filling. The same filling. Exactly. What's
Okay.
that?
So these are a traditional thing to have with our Christmas meal on the 25th, when we
Mm-hmm.
have our, sometimes it's a dinner, or it's sometimes a big lunch, either or. But these are called pigs in blankets, which is a very
Mm.
cute name.
Pigs
So
in.
they are.
Okay. You think it's a cute name?
I think
I
it's a
don't think
cute
so.
name. Yeah, it's a cute name.
Okay.
But it gives you an idea of what it is. So they are little sausages wrapped in bacon, and they are
Mm.
really delicious. Whether you have tried them, maybe not,
Not
but if
vegan
you have them,
friendly.
they're not vegan friendly. No, no. Maybe there are vegan versions of pigs in blankets, but
Oh.
yeah, that's definitely the real thing. I think I would recommend if you do eat meat. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pigs in blankets. They're a traditional thing that most people have on their on their table at Christmas dinner.
Okay, what's around?
Bacon and
Ah,
salt.
bacon, of
So
course,
it's pork and
bacon.
pork.
Va
Yeah, it's
bene.
pork wrapped in pork.
Okay, okay. So let's see another one. What about
Um,
that? They look like a polpette.
Yes, they do. They do, but there's no meat in these ones. So
Hmm.
this is called stuffing. We just call it stuffing. Um,
Okay.
and so it is herbs and breadcrumbs, and then it's
Hmm.
usually bound together with egg. And so you can make a big tray of it, just in a kind of flat form, or you can make little balls of stuffing, which is quite common.
Hmm.
Um, And yeah, they're very yummy. They're usually one of the things at the table which is very popular that everyone wants. Um, and yeah, again, I'd recommend them. But sometimes people do put meat in them. Sometimes they might put a sausage and stuffing together as like a mixture. But quite often they are just the herb and breadcrumbs and egg. So not quite suitable for vegans, but suitable for vegetarians.
All right. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. Let's continue. Aha. What's that?
These are Brussels sprouts. Again, these are something very typical of a dinner in England or in Great
Mm-hmm.
Britain at Christmas time. Um, they are a lot of the time of the year, they're not a particularly popular vegetable, but Christmas is their time to shine. And so traditionally we'd always have them at the table. Um,
Yeah.
you can prepare them in many ways. So you can
Mm.
just boil them or steam them, but if to make them, I think, a bit more interesting, you can roast them, you can add honey, might add chestnut.
Honey.
Yeah, yeah. So you can make them a little sweet, a little
Okay.
sweet, a little salty.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I think everyone has slightly their own ways of doing them. But yeah, there's always something that are very popular at the table, even though the rest of the time of the year they're a little bit neglected as a vegetable.
Yeah. So you may put honey because it's too healthy for you. So, honey,
Yeah,
salt, sugar. Oh. Okay.
make them a little bit more exciting, but I like them as they are too. Yeah.
Yeah, we call them cavoletti di Bruxelles. I
Mhm.
love them. Well, I love vegetables in general, and I think they are very good, especially in this season because it's the right season to have the cavoletti di Bruxelles.
Mhm.
So some people call them cavolini di Bruxelles. I call them cavoletti di Bruxelles, but it's
Okay,
the
okay,
same.
okay.
Okay, so ah,
Any idea what this is? No.
something with alcohol and orange
Yeah.
and
Very good.
cinnamon, I guess.
Very good.
But I never seen that. What's that?
So this is called mulled wine. So
Mm-hmm.
it's where you take wine and then you add spices. So you can add cloves. So the thing in the bottom of the picture, cloves.
Mm-hmm.
You add often cinnamon. You might add another special spice called star anise. So that thing sitting right on the top of the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then often maybe oranges or some kind of Christmassy fruit. And so you just let it boil together for a short time to let all the flavors infuse, and then you serve it hot or warm. So you have a nice spiced hot glass of wine, and it's
Okay.
really delicious. Again, it's one of those things, especially if it's wintry, if it's snowing outside, and you can stand outside with a glass of hot spicy spiced wine.
Oh,
It's really
nice.
really delicious. And you can also find mulled cider as well. So there are some other possibly other mulled drinks as well. So there are different kinds of alternatives, but mulled wine is the most traditional one.
Okay. Have you ever made it?
Yes, yeah, yeah. Just the other day, actually, me and my parents were making some for an event. So yeah, it's very
All right.
popular. I feel like Christmas wouldn't be the same without it. You need to have a glass of mulled wine at some
Mm,
point.
interesting. So you normally have it also before Christmas, right? So not
Yeah,
just
yeah,
for
just
Christmas. It's like
exactly,
in this
just
period
around the
of the
Christmas
year.
season. Yeah, and it's not something you would have with food. So it's not typically eaten with food. I mean, you might have because it's slightly sweet. You might have it with something like a mince pie or something,
Hmm.
but typically you wouldn't have it with a meal. Um, but yeah,
Okay. Okay.
lovely
Interesting.
drink. You need to try it.
Oh, yeah. I would love to try it actually. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now let's talk about movies, songs, and advertisements. Okay, so this
Mm.
movie I think is very popular, everybody knows it, and in Italy we call it Mamma ho perso l'aereo, which is, you know, what's the meaning of this
Right,
sentence?
Mom, I missed the plane.
Esatto,
Brilliant,
which is a
brilliant.
big spoiler of the movie actually.
Yeah,
What do you think?
that's true.
Yeah, and how do you call this movie in England?
So Home Alone in English, yes. And it is
Yeah.
absolutely like something that's on every Christmas. It's always a classic to watch, and I believe there are three movies, so there's a
Yeah.
there's a there's a bit of choice as well, which to watch. Um, but yeah, it's a great comedy. It's a great family film,
Yeah.
and it's something you can sort of watch endless numbers of times, even after 30
Esatto.
times. It's still always very entertaining.
Yeah, and I think that the first one is the best one. Like you normally, yeah, in every movie when they make the first one, wow, it's super good. Then the second one, it's okay. The third one starts to be worse than the previous. What do you think about that?
Um, so they do mix together in my mind a little bit, but I think yeah, I think that might be the second one that I like the most though.
Hmm.
Yeah, I believe is that the one? Oh, I'm not very good at like movie plots. It's in the kind of a New York apartment in the second one.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it's the second one I like, but they all mix together in my mind. There's always enjoyable elements in all of them.
Okay, but they're, I mean, it's a good movie, good movies
Yeah,
to watch for
yeah,
Christmas
yeah,
time. Yeah.
absolutely.
So I
What's
put this
this?
movie, Vacanze di Natale, but this is just an example
Okay,
because we call this kind of movie cine panettone. Cine
okay.
panettone. Okay, panettone is the dessert that
Mm,
I showed you before. We have
right.
for Christmas. Cine is
Mm,
from the word cinema. Okay, but it just means like a comedy movie,
mhm.
and really stupid. It's really stupid, like they do stupid things all the time, or
Yeah.
I don't know, stupid situations.
Uh-huh.
And it's a typical movie that
Um,
Italians, I say Italians because I don't like to watch them, but
okay.
Italians normally like to watch for like in the Christmas time. Okay,
Yeah.
so they are very easy movie, let's say. Do
Yeah.
you have something similar in the UK?
I don't. We don't have like a whole genre, but I guess there are certain like rom-coms that people might like to watch. There's one called The Holiday, which is
Mm-hmm.
a kind of Christmassy rom-com film, so that could be popular at Christmas. There are various comedy films about the nativity, but yeah, we don't have like a whole genre, so I think that's something we're missing out on in the
Yeah, all
UK.
right. But not a big deal, actually. Okay. So, this is another very popular movie that we have here for Christmas. Is that popular also in the UK?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I haven't seen that one, but there are various different versions of the story A Christmas Carol
Hmm.
um, by Charles Dickens. So it's yeah, it's I really enjoy the sort of a kind of classic one from the 90s or 80s, which is quite often shown on TV, but there are often different versions shown on TV around Christmas time. And it's a good story, and it gets you thinking about maybe the real meaning of Christmas as well.
Hmm. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I think the same. It's a very nice movie. Okay, this is what you put as a
Yeah.
movie. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so this is again like an absolute classic Christmas movie, Christmas comedy movie. I guess maybe people who are watching this video might have seen it before, but it's about an elf escaping from the Christmas workshop and running around New York. So, and he's played fantastically by Will Ferrell, so it's very
Hmm.
amusing. And yeah, again, it's just one of those movies that just kind of everyone in the family enjoys and it always makes
Hmm.
everyone laugh. So it's definitely worth a watch.
Okay, nice, very nice. I've never seen it,
Oh,
so
yeah, you have to.
I
Yeah.
should, I should.
Yes. Yeah.
What about that?
Yeah. So this one is also a beautiful movie. It's a personal favorite movie. Tim Burton one, Edward Scissorhands. And it's got Christmassy elements in it. It looks kind of scary from the from the front, but that's that kind of Tim Burton design or style. But when you get to the end of the movie, it's got like a really really big heart. And so if you want to watch a very moving movie, I think you'll find that this one is absolutely worth
Oh,
the time spent.
okay,
Yeah.
but don't watch it with children, right?
It's okay to watch with children.
It's
Yeah,
okay with
yeah, it's
children.
okay. Yeah,
Okay, let's
it's not a
see.
scary movie, even if the picture looks scary.
Yeah, all right, all right. What about this one?
Yeah, and again, this is like an absolute classic. Probably was broadcast on every TV in Britain during Christmas time. So it's from an illustrated book. Um, I don't know what decade, maybe for the 50s or something, but it was turned into a movie, and it doesn't have any speaking in it, but it just
Mm-hmm.
has a really beautiful score. So really beautiful music, and it's about a little boy creating the snowman and the snowman coming to life. And then the
Ah,
snowman carries him around, flies around with him. And it's got this really haunting, but also really beautiful music to it. So, again, it's something that you listen to and it really takes you back to your childhood. It's got a good feeling. So, it's a very short film. It's only, I think, 20 minutes or 30
mm,
minutes, maybe even less. So, it's definitely something everyone can squeeze into their Christmas time.
okay, very nice, very nice. Thanks for sharing.
No worries.
Okay, so these are three typical songs that we have in Italy for Christmas. Of course, we use a lot of English songs, but these
Mm,
are, I wanted to put the Italian ones that are A Natale Puoi.
mm,
Oh, what do you
okay,
think it means, this
okay,
title, A Natale
okay.
Puoi?
So it's like at Christmas you can.
Esatto, that's true,
Okay,
correct. And then the second one is Anche quest'anno è già Natale.
okay, okay. So this year it's already Christmas. Is that right?
Yeah, esatto, correct. And then the third one that is Tu scendi dalle stelle.
Okay, you're coming from the stars. You're coming
You
down from the
come down
stars.
from the stars, esatto. And
Okay.
it's not referring to ET, no, extraterrestre. It's referring to Jesus, okay.
Okay.
Excellent. So, very Catholic. And then, what about the English songs?
hmm hmm So yeah, Last Christmas is a classic kind of pop Christmas song.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
very popular in Italy as
it's very
well. Yeah,
popular.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I think I even if that's a song that I've heard many, many times, I always enjoy it.
yeah.
There's a great singer, George Michael, and the other artist when he was in a band together. And yeah, it's a fantastic song. Definitely brings about Christmas feelings. The Snowman, so just like that film, it's got that same song in it. It's much more choral, so it's like a choir singing it. So it has a more traditional kind of feeling. It's very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And Do They Know It's Christmas? Again, it's got a different feeling because that's also a pop song that was recorded with many different famous artists, and it was a charity event, so they were raising money for children in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And it's again that's one that makes you kind of feel about the idea of giving at Christmas. Christmas is also about it's about family, but it's also about giving to others as well.
That's
So,
right. Good, very nice, very nice. Okay, so I know the first one, but I don't know the other
okay,
two.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you have to check them out. Yeah.
Yeah, esatto, esatto. So, let's see. I put these two songs in comparison. So it's We
Mhm.
Wish You a Merry Christmas and Auguri di Buon Natale. This is the Italian version of this song. I don't think we can play, unfortunately, this song now because of the copyright
Mhm.
reasons. Okay,
Yeah.
but what I'm suggesting is if you are English or you speak
Mhm.
English, and you want to learn Italian or improve your Italian, it would be very interesting to see Auguri di Buon Natale and also the different lyrics because the melody is the same, but the lyrics is a little bit different, and it's gonna be fun to see
Nice.
the Italian version of the
Yeah.
song. While about Italians, I think that every Italian know "Wish You a Merry Christmas" because it's
Mhm.
also a very popular
Mhm.
song in
Yeah.
the English version in Italy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds like a great technique for learning. Yeah, I think I might have to try that too. Auguri di buon Natale. So I'll look it
Auguri
up.
di Buon Natale, esatto. Yeah, you have to listen to it and then tell me what you think about it. You're gonna be amazed. Okay. So this is a very popular, let's see, advertisement we
Mhm.
have in Italy. I don't know if I can play it from here. Let's see. Oh, yes. But you can't listen to the audio.
No.
Oh, it's a shame. But anyways, you can
Okay.
just,
Okay.
an advertisement about the panettone. Oh,
Hmm.
sorry, not the panettone, the Pandoro. Is the Pandoro. Oh my God, I miss the Pandoro Bauli. Okay, that is very popular in Italy and
Hmm.
is this little kid that is very kind and at the end is very happy to receive a Pandoro. And it says, Bauli buono come te, like as good as you.
Yeah. Okay.
Good
Okay.
meaning also when you behave well with other
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So this is the Italian advertisement. And you, John, you choose like a Coca-Cola advertisement for typical that
Yes.
reminds you Christmas, right?
Yes. Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah. Play
press
it.
play if you want to describe what happens.
So, so yeah, the Christmas Coca-Cola and Christmas for some reason I've got
Yes.
this link. It's something to do with the color of Coca-Cola. But
Mm,
this advert, I don't remember what decade this is from. I guess it's from like the 90s, but it
mm,
became quite very famous. And I mean, yeah, I think you can see why it's very beautifully done. But also,
yes.
due to this, there was also a kind of common myth that came about
Mm,
Coca-Cola. So in English-speaking countries, people often think that Santa Claus was only represented in red due to Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola caused this change. Uh,
Ah.
However, if anyone tells you that, you can tell them that it's not actually true. So um, he was represented sometimes in red previously, though he used to be represented more often in green, but it wasn't actually Coca-Cola that brought about this change in itself.
Hmm.
But yeah, a
Interesting.
lot of people believe that, and I guess that for Coca-Cola, it's probably a good thing. You know, if people believe
Of
that
course.
they are
Marketing.
so linked with Christmas that they would change Father Christmas himself.
Yeah, esatto, esatto. Okay, very interesting. Thanks for sharing. Now let's talk about sayings.
Mhm.
And John, let's start with typical sayings that you have in England for this period.
Mhm. Okay, yeah. So "'tis the season to be jolly" is
Mm.
a common phrase that people might say or people might hear at Christmas time. So it just means that this is the season or the time of the year to be jolly, meaning happy. So to be,
Hmm.
of course, we could start with "'tis," which is a bit strange, but it's just a weird reformation of the word "it's." It's the season to be jolly, but in this
Ah.
phrase, we always say "'tis." Um,
Ah,
who
I
knows
thought it
why?
was like these the season. No, it's like it's.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's the season. Yeah, yeah. So maybe it possibly came from like an old dialect or something. I don't know exactly the history of it, but it's something that's remained in this saying. So,
Okay, interesting, interesting. Okay, so.
oh yeah, and of course it's the thought that counts. Now this is not necessarily always just Christmas, but it's about gift giving. So it's something that we always say when we're discussing gifts. It doesn't matter necessarily how much money you spend. It doesn't matter if you get the perfect gift.
Mhm.
It's the fact that you put the thought in to buy something for someone else. So
So if your friend gives you like a lovely Christmas jumper, you have to be happy anyway because it's the
exactly,
total counts.
exactly. And you
Do you
have to
normally wear like a Christmas jumper? You say jumper, right? For like.
Yeah, yeah, Christmas jumpers. Yeah, yeah, I think it's even become maybe even a stronger tradition in the last 10 years. So there are there are lots of people will wear various types of Christmas jumpers. Some of them can be incredibly detailed. Maybe
Mhm.
they might have things hanging off them. You know, people get Christmas jumpers with lights in them
Oh
that you
my
can
God.
slide on and off, maybe with bells attached to them. Or
Bells.
I have one with a scarf that comes off it, you know, so
Oh
it's
no, why you
not
didn't
just
wear
like
it
that.
for this video?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
see
yeah.
it.
It's got a carrot
I'm
nose and
joking.
everything. But yeah, they're often a tradition in like workplaces to have like a Christmas jumper day, and everyone who works there will come in with their Christmas jumper on and So yeah, it's quite a solid tradition, but also one that's a kind of growing tradition, I think, because often when we talk about traditions, we're thinking about things which come from the past, and maybe sometimes they're kind of reducing a little bit, but that's one that
Hmm.
I think is slightly a more recent tradition, and it's kind of growing, becoming more popular.
All right. Interesting, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is an Italian one.
Yeah.
Natale con i tuoi, Pasqua con chi vuoi.
Mhm.
Can you guess what's the meaning of this?
Okay, so it's like Christmas with yours, so like with your parents, maybe with your family,
Esatto, with your
and
family.
then Easter with who you want, right?
Esatto, that's correct. Is that we normally spend Christmas with the family. Actually, also Easter, but it's more important to spend Christmas than Easter with your family. Okay, so
Okay.
because some people like to travel for Easter, or yeah, they go somewhere.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's very important traditionally to spend your Christmas with your family.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Esatto. Then we have another one, durare da Natale a Santo Stefano.
Mm. Okay, I
Mm.
don't, it's not obvious to me what this one means. Do explain it.
I'm gonna give you an example, so let's see if it's easier then to understand the meaning. So, for example, let's pretend I've bought a vase, okay, and after 5 minutes, the vase fall down and crashes, okay, and I say, oh no, è durato da Natale a Santo Stefano.
Okay.
So it means it lasts very, very few time. Okay. It means I can use it also for like relationship. I can say,
Mm.
oh, they've been together for, sorry, like for example, if your friends they decided to start a relationship and after like a week they broke
Mm.
up, okay, you can say, oh, their relationship è durata da Natale a Santo Stefano. It means a
Okay.
very short time because Santo Stefano is the 26th of December. Natale, of course, is the 25th.
Oh, right.
So
Okay.
it's like very, very short time.
Okay. That's a good one. I like that. Try to
Esatto.
remember.
And then the last one is Natale col sole, Pasqua col tizzone. Some people say Pasqua col ceppone, Pasqua col cippone,
Mm.
but okay, this is maybe the most common. And can you guess what it means?
So Christmas with the sun,
Mm-hmm.
Easter with something, but I don't know what that last word is.
Okay, so yeah, good guess. So Natale col sole means Christmas with the sun, as you said. And Pasqua col tizzone, it means that if during Christmas it's sunny, the weather is good, it's probable that during Easter the weather will be brutto, very bad, not to say other words. Okay, so yeah, tizzone is something we use to put on the fire to burn. Okay, so like in the fireplace.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Esatto, this is the
Okay. Cool.
tizzone. All right, so what are you doing for Christmas, John?
Oh, so for Christmas this year, well, I'm going to be returning home only on the 24th. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going away for a short time before that, but I'll be going home on the 24th, so Christmas Eve, and then probably staying for about 4 days with my family. So it'll be about seven of us and a baby. So it's going to be quite an exciting Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's going to be the first Christmas that we've had together as a family with a little one. So
Oh, that's nice.
that'll maybe make it even more Christmassy and even more special.
Exactly.
Um, and yeah, we're all going to be, I'm sure, eating a lot of pigs in blankets, Brussels sprouts,
Uh-huh.
turkey maybe, and then and drinking all that mulled wine, and yeah, just having a nice time. So really looking forward to it. How about you? What are you planning to do?
Okay, nice. Well, as every year, I normally go to visit my grandparents in South Italy with my parents. So we're gonna spend Christmas together in Foggia. Yes.
Lovely.
And yeah, so also looking forward to it. We're gonna eat a lot and take around to the city, which is very nice in Christmas. Eat some typical food of South
Okay.
Italy, some typical sweets.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
looking
some
forward to it.
nice.
Hmm
Something I didn't mention before that is sometimes a tradition to do on the 24th of December is sometimes we go to a midnight mass. So it's quite often.
Mm, yeah,
Um,
in Italy as well. You're right.
okay, yeah, so quite often. I mean, we don't do that every year. It's quite late, but midnight or sometimes a bit before midnight, there'll be like an evening mass at the local church, so you can go along um, and and we sing some hymns and listen to a service. So that's a nice way as well to get into Christmas. So if we're home in time, if we're not home very late and we're not too tired, might do that as well.
Okay, nice, excellent. Okay, so we are heading to the end of the video. And how do you wish a Merry Christmas in English?
Well, you can say Happy Christmas or you can say Merry Christmas. Quite often we will combine Merry Christmas and Happy New Year together because, of course, when you're going away for the Christmas holiday, you sometimes won't see people until the next year. So we often combine the two and say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. That would be a common
Okay,
way to wish Happy Christmas.
nice. Well, in Italy as well, we say Buon Natale, that is
Mhm,
Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas. E Felice Anno Nuovo is like a Happy
mhm.
New Year. Esatto. So, Buon Natale e Felice Anno Nuovo. And normally we say a te e alla tua famiglia. So, to you and your family.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very nice.
Esatto. So everybody feels included
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
in the
Yeah. You can do
message.
that in English too. Absolutely. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you and all your family. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Nice.
Perfetto, perfetto. Okay, so John, thank you so much for being here with me talking about Christmas in England and in Italy. It was very interesting. I didn't know all the things that you told me. So very, very interesting. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, Ariana. And it's been a pleasure learning a little bit more about Italian Christmas, especially that you are a Pandoro person.
Pandoro.
Yeah.
Esatto.
And I've got quite a bit of a list now of different ingredients that I need to go, or different things I need to go and find in the shops for making my Christmas a little bit more Italian as well.
Okay,
I look
but
forward to that.
please don't burn the Pandoro.
I will not. Yeah, I will
Okay,
not do
please
anything like
don't.
that. I will not mix
Okay.
the traditions. It's okay.
Okay, thank God. All right, so John, where people can find you in case they want to
Mhm.
learn English with you?
Yeah, okay. Well, you can find me on Instagram, on TikTok, and also on YouTube as English with Archie, where I teach English, and I've been teaching English for a long time, and I give English tips, teach English vocabulary, and all sorts, and of course offer lessons as well. So YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, English with Archie.
Yeah, I really suggest it because John is a very good teacher and also his videos are fun. So you will learn English and at the same time you will have fun watching this
Thank
video. Also very interesting. So
you. Yeah, yeah.
good,
Thanks
good,
so much.
good.
Okay.
Okay, so again, thank you so much. Hope to see you soon and buon Natale.
Yes, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you, Ariana. Bye bye.
Yeah, ciao, a presto.
Bye bye.
Okay, good job. High
Okay.
five.
We did it. We did it.